cafe anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1028. Hello, it's Mike Matthews.
I'm back at the beginning of the show. This is kind of a surprise.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Do you like this? You get to be part of the singing part of our show today.
This works.
I think we're at 1028. I think. That sounds like a good number.
1028.
Welcome to 1028. Brisbane.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I'd like to go to Brisbane someday, wouldn't you?
It's pronounced Brisbane, and I've been there. Wait, have I been to Brisbane?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Well, this is a song I'm singing to you now.
I've been to Melbourne, and we went down to Sydney. We didn't go all the way down to Canberra. That's how they pronounce it. Kind of like New Orleans. People call it New Orleans.
Really? I didn't know that.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It's also like its separate county. The city itself is like its separate state.
Mike's
In
Daily
Australia.
Podcast.
Canberra.
Yeah!
The little tiny area around Canberra is like, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like it's similar to how Washington D.C. is itself as a district separate from everything else, so it has its own laws and stuff.
That's so weird. I didn't know this about Australia.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go there.
Like I said, I've been there, so.
And what did you think of that really, really long flight?
I got to see the movie Robots.
What's that one about? Is that about
Robots.
about-
It's that DreamWorks one.
robots? Oh, I feel like I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It was just a lot. It was just like these two robots going on like robot roller coasters for like 2 hours.
Really?
That's what most of the movie was.
It was better than Food Fight, though.
It was better than Food Fight. It was a really cool looking movie, you know.
Oh.
The actual characters were kind of annoying, and the story I don't remember in the slightest, but it was cool looking.
Okay.
Especially for 14-year-old me, I think. 14, 12, something like that.
And you had a long flight, so it distracted you.
Well, it distracted me for 2 hours. It was a 14-hour flight.
Good heavens.
I think I watched it twice.
Did you have a layover in like Hong Kong? Or look who just walked in. Hello, everything. Chely Shoehart. Wait a minute, Chely. I feel like Madame Rudabig is supposed to be here. I don't know. Everybody's here.
Everybody's here.
Everybody's here.
They're in the rafters.
Hello, Michael Master. It's Madame Rudabig. Hello, Haley. I am dating a younger man.
Aren't we all?
That's true. I never really thought about that. Wait. Oh, and look who else is... Well, no, they're not in here yet, so the door has to open before they walk in.
I see. These are scripted sequences now.
Sure, okay.
I didn't have any layovers. We flew straight to New Zealand, Auckland, the Auckland airport.
Oh, that must be nice.
It was all right. I paid for something with Australian money, and they gave me a New Zealand coin
Look who else just walked in.
back.
Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. I'm so sad because I want Hillary to win, and she's lost big time in New Hampshire. And Bernie Sanders won. Yay!
That's good. I haven't actually seen the results.
Bernie did really well.
That makes sense. It's his kind of state.
Yeah. Would you live in New Hampshire? Oh, New Hampshire's so scary. Would you live in New Hampshire? Don't worry, that's the last sound effect to pop out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, I guess I would live in New Hampshire.
I should load up a bunch of other sound effects like a and we'd have to do something with that too.
Just an improv exercise of randomly appearing sound effects.
So you paid for something in Auckland, got back New Zealand money. Mm-hmm. What did you do with that New Zealand money?
I think it's in a box somewhere. Or maybe I gave it to someone who collects foreign coins.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah.
Is that person rich now because they've got all this foreign money?
I don't even remember who it is.
I feel bad because they're not remembered.
I don't.
We are
Screw
doing
it.
a damn good podcast right now, despite the fact we had 0 hours sleep.
I had, 7 hours of sleep? Which should be an adequate amount, but I was so tired this morning.
I had almost the same amount, and I am so tired. You just can't get up at 4 in the morning and not be tired.
It's true.
And then I have all this stuff with my fridge that's bumming me out. It's freezing everything. But my roommate has the lower part of the fridge, and his stuff is fine. So I don't know what's going
It's
on.
just the upper part. That's
Yeah.
opposite of what I feel it should be.
Isn't it? Like
Yeah.
heat rises.
Yeah, but I guess like the refrigerator units are near the top, I suppose.
Oh.
I don't know if that's true.
And Haley, I've looked online to find an answer. In fact, I even went to videos on YouTube. This is weird. I looked it up. It said, why your fridge is, the exact symptoms of what I'm having. And it was animated. It was like these two goofy cartoon characters, and their voices, all their dialogue was that when you type into one of those computer.
Welcome to
Yeah.
Welcome to the tutorial on how to fix your fridge.
So the two animated characters are like, hello, Bob. How are you today? I am fine, Sam. How about you? I am not so good. My refrigerator is really cold in the top.
I have seen videos like that.
And I'm watching this,
Those are pretty bad.
and I scrolled down to the comments. The first comment underneath it. Hey, this doesn't help me at all. What would help me is if you actually showed me what to do instead of these stupid cartoon characters. Expletive.
Oh, God bless you, YouTube commenters. You always know exactly what to say at the right time. My favorite thing is you'll see, the partial threads, because it'll show you the last comment in the thread and the first one. So it'll be something like, wow, I really love Rush. And then the third comment, or the last comment that they show is just like, you, Soviet Russia hasn't existed since 1998 and you don't know anything about how it used to be.
How did it go from that to that?
And it's surprisingly common. It's the greatest thing about YouTube comments.
That is, you've nailed it on the head. There's really some Facebook streams get kind of weird. Like the guy that I interviewed from the Bobbleheads. He's gay, married.
He's gay married. Congratulations on the gay marrying.
Somehow that didn't sound right the way I said that. Maybe I should reverse those. Married and he's gay. How do I express that he's both gay and married simultaneously? Is that right?
He's married to a dude.
That's right. That's what and he's like, so he's concerned about how Bernie Sanders may not be electable. I don't know. I'm not God.
A bunch of people say that, even though all the polls say that he's greatly electable.
And then
More like delectable.
And then he was talking about how Marco Rubio is a total asshat because he can't. He said to somebody asked him who was gay, hey, I don't know. I forget what it was.
Yeah, he asked about the gay law, and he was like, well, if you want to be gay, just change the law.
That's what it was.
And everyone was like, the law just got changed.
Exactly.
We can be gay.
So that whole comment stream ended up like there was somebody really conservative that jumped in there and said, don't force your values on me.
Yeah.
And it got crazy.
Ugh.
So Bernie is electable.
Bernie's electable. All of the polls say that Bernie is electable.
Then I may be wrong.
Bernie and Hillary may, in some states, be close. But when you compare Bernie to all of the Republican candidates, he's electable.
And delectable.
And delectable.
Well, all right.
The worst case scenario is he gets in office and promptly dies.
Because he's 74.
Yeah.
But they released a couple weeks ago his health records, and apparently he's in tip-top shape.
That's good. Was it John Oliver that did an interview with him back at the beginning of the election, and he suggested that they could just do a Weekend at Bernie's situation?
Oh my God!
Did you see that?
No.
Oh, it was hilarious. Like he had Bernie Sanders just like hunch over, and then he put a pair of sunglasses on him, and it's like, look, it's perfect. It works fine.
I love how he likes to poke fun at himself. And then he was on Bill Maher's show almost a year ago when he first announced it. And Bill Maher sat down with him in a chair, because that's what you sit down in.
Hi, I'm Bill Maher.
Yeah, that's how he sounds. Stupid Bill Maher.
I'm Bill Maher. Hello, welcome to the Bill Maher Show. Today we are sitting down with Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, why do you want everyone to die?
I saw. That's my Bernie. I just say, I saw.
I saw.
This land is your land.
This land is what? No, yeah. This land was made for you and me.
All right, I'm gonna get really introspective now. What's that? Oh, I was.
I'm just gonna get really introspective and focus on my inner self for. Oh, wait, no, I'm back.
So we were talking about some stuff on the Monday show that I was listening to and laughing, and then I was going to bring up with you again, and now I can't remember any of it, and so that goes as it does. But do you remember any of what we talked about?
I forget everything as soon as it happened.
Then I was thinking, why, if I was a podcast listener, why would I listen to this podcast? And I got really down on myself. And you can't be like that in today's world. You have to just... But I'm down. I was like, last night. Because my refrigerator. And then I hit a... what do you call it? I skidded down.
Yeah, downhill slope. Once your refrigerator goes out, like, you lose all perception of time. It's the same thing when you lose internet.
Yes!
You know?
That's perfectly well astute, that observation.
Isolated and alone in the world.
I felt that way when I couldn't make the podcast because my internet went down.
Yeah.
I'd get really angry and depressed, and I'd sit in a corner and... Oh, and then my vet was feeling Basil, because I took Basil into the, get checked up yesterday.
To the vet?
Yeah. And she felt his chest, and there's like really nothing there. And she goes, I feel some sort of thing. I think we need to extract something and check it. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, wait a minute. He's a boxer. Boxers get growths.
Yeah.
And Basil's like over 7 at this point. And
yeah.
I'm like, this is going to happen. Mm-hmm. And the extraction of the thing was going to be a lot of money.
Right.
So I don't know. I felt like I'm going to wait on that.
Becca's dog had something like that. Becca's dog is a pit bull.
Yeah.
Pit bull mix, possibly? I don't know. And like, yeah, she had some similar things, but they all turned out to be benign.
Yeah. That's the thing, is I'm going to pay a lot, find out it's benign.
Right, and then continue on with your day with less money.
Yeah. And then Basil's going to have this big frickin' wound on him. So,
yeah.
I thought Basil looked happy. I would keep him happy. They have such short lives, boxers, anyway.
Do they?
I heard that they don't last... Some last to maybe 14.
Oh.
So, the music got sad here, didn't it? It's sad.
It's the same music.
Oh, it is? But...
It's got a sadder undertone. It's multifunctional music.
Oh, but, let me show you the picture of Basil with a cat.
Is this going to be the podcast picture?
I think maybe it should, because I'm going out of my way to open my very, very slow iPhone.
See, now it's elevator music. It's waiting elevator music.
Oh, that's what it is. I'm trying to remember what song this is from. This is where I can find my picture. Now, here it is. What do I do when it looks like that?
What?
It like organized everything into years and albums. Oh, here we go.
Wow, look at this collage of your life shown in 3x4 pixel squares.
All right, here's the picture. There's Basil seeing he's looking at the cat sitting in the chair. Do you see it, or is it a bad picture? That cat could not give a crap. He was looking at Basil like, yeah, come on, bring it on. All right, maybe that won't be a good podcast picture.
Pretty picture. It's a pretty cat. I want to pet that cat.
Really?
Yes.
I could probably like crop it and it would be a better picture.
No, it's fine.
Because that's kind of funny, because you see Basil's head.
Yeah, that's better. All right.
All right.
That'll be the podcast.
I want to thank you for
Spoilers.
being the creative consultant on today's podcast picture.
Of course. Of course, of course, of course.
All right. It's it's 5:50 on that clock above your head, so maybe I should jump to the news segment we were going to do called This Is Interesting. And I have one story about a rabbit and one story about parking. Which one should I start with first?
The rabbit.
Okay. Oh, wait. I got to hit postpone on this, otherwise it's turn off. Here we go.
This is interesting.
Wow, this is interesting.
And if you go chasing rabbits and
And I played White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane in honor of that.
Oh, is this the giant bunny?
Yeah, it needs a home.
My favorite headline on that was, "Somebody adopt this f***ing huge rabbit."
Where did you see that one?
I saw it on Facebook.
Giant Scottish rabbit seeks home. Animal welfare officials in Scotland are seeking a new home for a giant rabbit. The larger-than-life bunny, appropriately named Atlas, is a 7-month-old continental giant rabbit.
7 months is pretty long for a rabbit.
Wow, I want that big freaking rabbit.
It's huge. It's a large rabbit.
And
Can you imagine feeding that rabbit? It'd be like, here, rabbit, have an entire head of lettuce.
it would totally eat that much lettuce. You can contact the Scottish Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals.
I think it already got adopted, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That's what I thought, anyway. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, look at this picture with the girl, the blonde, and the rabbit is...
Blending in with her hair, first off.
And look, the ears are like from the bottom of the rabbit's head to the top of the ears. It far as high, almost as high as.
No, it's bigger than from the bottom of her neck to the top of her head. Like, it's a large rabbit, guys.
And it's 1.2 meters long, which that converts to 7 miles.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's a 7-mile rabbit.
That's a big rabbit.
That's a big rabbit.
They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
All right, now parking tips.
These are tips so you can park good.
Because you're gonna drive someday. I have faith in you. Don't listen.
Yeah,
Don't listen
right.
to your dreams that are telling you you're going to be a bad
Then
driver.
I'm just gonna crash into things.
You're going to be a great driver, Haley.
Thanks, I think.
All right, here are the most common parking lot accidents. 2 drivers back up into each other. That is so true. Oh my gosh, that's the one thing. Just remember that, Haley, when you are driving and you're backing up, there's always going to be someone trying to back up into you. Pulling forward out of a space into the lane of traffic. oh, well, you're just an idiot if you get into an accident there. Look both ways, right? It's like riding a bike. A driver backs out of his space into an oncoming car. Oh, that was the same thing. Two cars vying for the same space collide. Okay, that's just two road rage people that are like, no, you can't have that space. I'm going to smash into you, so you can't.
Right.
A car rear ends another at a stop sign.
Yeah.
Thank you, Costco, for that great article.
That was amazing and interesting.
Did I just throw that into my coffee?
No, I think you threw it in the trash conveniently.
Did I?
Yeah.
That never happens. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're ringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley. All right, now I'll turn that off because we're actually hearing crowd effects at this point. This is where we would usually have the Daily Haley, is right here.
Hi. Welcome to the Daily Haley.
Here, I'll put the Daily Haley.
The Daily Haley. The almost Daily Haley.
Okay. What was that? Were you doing some kind of
That was my
Arabian?
that was my impersonation of the announcer guy in there.
Oh,
that goes,
okay.
"Brr, brr, brr, brr."
If you have any suggestions for this show, like eat and die, I don't know, whatever you have, please let us know. Mike's Daily Podcast at J.
We've gotten so many suggestions recently, like, hey, stop do this podcast. But we decided that we're not going to do that one. It's our number one. It's our number one suggestion.
Mike's Daily Podcast at gmail.com, which none of you use, so forget that. Oh, somebody did use it. They were trying to sell me some service, like, if you use our service, we will get you sponsors. And I was like, frick, I don't care about you.
I'm a Zimbabwean prince and I'm stuck in space. Please send me $20,000 so I can get out of space.
$13. We made $13 off of Amazon, so we'll go have lunch.
Yeah, we should do that. When?
Maybe we should do a weekend thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I get off of work at like 6 o'clock on the weekend.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I'm usually working Saturday nights, and then I'm usually with Becca on Sundays.
Oh, that's right. And this Sunday is Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Maybe I can work late someday, and when you get off at noon, we can go and have lunch then.
That sounds fun.
Let's think of a place to eat at. Everybody talks about Mission Pizza. Around
Too
here.
long. Takes too long.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not a big fan of pizza, so like...
Oh, yeah, that's gluten infested.
Well, they have gluten-free pizza there, but the wait just isn't worth it in my opinion.
waiting is the hardest part.
That's true. So...
All right. We'll figure out something. You maybe can suggest it. You can go to our Tumblr.
You can go to our Tumblr, Facebook page, Mike's Daily Podcast at gmail.com. Tweet us your restaurant suggestions.
We would love to see your tweet.
In the Bay Area.
Who was the guy you were showing me all that stuff about? The actor, good-looking guy? Greg something.
Matthew Gray Goobler.
Grayson. See, that's the problem. He's got a weird name that you can't remember.
It's Matthew Gray Goobler. It's not that hard.
Oh, that really is? I thought you were just coming up with words and smashing them together.
Matthew Gray Goobler. I think his first name is Matthew.
Anyway, he's hilarious. Watch his Cribs. Was that from Cribs? MTV?
It's called My Stuff. Matthew Gray Goobler. My Stuff. It's a little sort of documentary type thing about his house, and he's the guy from Criminal Minds. You've probably seen him if you've ever watched Criminal Minds. He's the smart young kid who's tall.
And he's got gray hair.
No.
His hair isn't great?
No, it's blonde.
No, I said it's great.
Oh, it's pretty great. Yeah.
It's blonde and great. And he directs shows. Anyway,
some of the Criminal Minds shows, yeah.
My veterinarian lady looked like a female version of him.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Which, I mean, he's almost pretty, so I can kind of see where she would almost be handsome. I don't know what I'm saying. She's...
I think what you're trying to say is that you're attracted to Matthew Gray Glubler.
I am.
And I do want to say that I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially when he put on the kimono.
He's got a bit of a meth face, not gonna lie.
Oh, he does!
You know?
Meth face. I never heard that expression before.
Yeah, but you've seen it.
Well, I lived in Alabama for 2 years. I saw it all the time.
Yeah, like, I'm sure that he's not on meth.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't think he needs drugs to be as weird as he is.
Yeah.
But got a bit of that face.
I remembered him from 500 Days of Summer, which, yes, I admit I saw that movie.
And I remember him from Argo. So...
That's right.
Yeah.
It was he's got this very sort of... when his delivery is very... kind of almost like he's intelligent.
He is, you know?
So he has this sort of intelligent, young intelligence.
Young intelligentism.
Intelligentsia.
Mm-hmm. No, he does great work in his role in Criminal Minds. I really like his character.
And I'm amazed he directs episodes.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, tell us what you think about all of that at mikesdailypodcast.com or Gmail, or the Gmail thing. Mm-hmm. Also at mikesdailypodcast.com, you can help us out through the Amazon link and buy things. Some people are doing it because we made a little bit of money.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Some really nice person somewhere.
It wasn't me.
We want to thank you.
I don't even think it was Becca.
This is our applause to you.
Yay.
And all the cafe characters that followed us outside. I want to say the same thing. That's them clapping. Okay. That was pretty much the end of the show right there. Next show, it's going to be Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player.
Ding.
The Brewmaster.
Ding.
What's the ding for?
That's just you naming off things.
Oh, okay. And then we'll have some segment.
Ding.
I don't know. Maybe we won't do a segment.
Sure.
We'll just do... I'm thinking of starting a new segment called the Music Unseen. Like, because you know how we talk about stuff that just sort of bubbling under the surface or people don't know about or obscure musical stuff? Mm-hmm. We could make a segment out of that.
Oh, so you know how you were showing me that radio station that had all the indie stuff?
Soma.fm?
Yeah, and you showed me the bagel radio, who you said played some really cool stuff, and I saw some stuff I recognized, and I was like, you know... It looks like a good station, but it'd be so much better if they started playing stuff like Courtney Barnett, Wolf Alice, some other stuff.
Yeah.
So I look on there a little bit later. They played Wolf Alice.
Whoa!
And then they played another band called Snow Mine, which I'm also a fan of. And they've been underground for years.
Really?
Yeah. They're more along the shoegaze style. More of an indie rocker with some shoegaze.
Well, last night I was showering at about 7:50 because I wanted to get to bed by 8, so I would have at least 8 hours sleep.
And then the curtains were drawn back, and he went, ah! And you spilled chocolate syrup down the drain.
Yeah, because Psycho happened.
Yeah.
Did he use really chocolate syrup?
Chocolate syrup, because it's black and white, you couldn't tell.
I heard, too, that there's a scene with a glass of milk, and he put a light bulb in the milk.
Really?
That was on. That makes no sense, though. How would they have that technology in the 60s or 50s?
The walls of the Addams family were pink. The Addams family house. Because he gave it the right shade of gray in the black and white.
Wow!
Yeah.
See, yeah, they had to think in that format.
They had to think in black and white. And that might be why all the houses, when the color TV came around, all the houses were weird, garish colors.
Whoa!
Because, like, they were transferred over from black and white or something. I don't know for certain. Just saying.
So I don't have the Addams Family theme in my head, but I have the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da, the Munsters. Boom, boom, boom.
See, I never watched the Munsters.
That seemed to be on all the time when I was a kid, reruns instead of Addams Family. I wanted to watch Addams Family, but instead Stupid Monsters was on.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you want to watch some good old program, like maybe my mom's favorite are Bewitched or I Dream of Jeannie, like those kind of, and then you turn it on and it's the Honeymooners, and you're like, go away.
We get it. You hate your wife.
We get it.
To the moon, Alice.
To the moon. If you hate her so much, why'd you marry her?
That show lasted forever.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about that show is it's done completely live, and whatever mistakes they had to cover up.
Yeah. Interesting.
Like us.
Like us.
We don't make mistakes.
We are mistakes.
This whole show's a mistake.
Anyway.
But cafe anyway. What was I gonna say about you were back? Wait, how did we get started on all that? We were
Psycho. Shower. You were in the shower.
Oh, thank you. Oh God. So I listen to Bagel Radio when I'm in the shower.
Yeah,
because
okay.
I have this device called a squeeze box that Logitech used to make, which accesses the internet.
Daddy never sleeps at night. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why they called it a squeeze box.
I don't know.
Because it's not an accordion. And it's not a Who song.
Yeah, well, they probably got the name from it. From a Who song if it's designed to play music.
Yeah. So I listen to that, and so in the shower, I listen to Bagel Radio, and I'm hearing this, and this guy comes on at night.
Hey, welcome to Bagel Radio.
Yeah, there's a guy that comes on, and he goes, hey, we're going to play, it's called like the Fuzzy Show, or Fuzzy something. He's like, we're going to play shoegaze, we're going to play fuzzy this, fuzzy that, all that.
Right.
And I'm like,
all right.
Jeremy would totally dig this.
Yeah, I would. Do you know what kind of artist they played?
No, but we can look it up. I'm sure there's a link to his show somewhere.
Great show.
And we'll put those links in the show notes. We don't have show notes.
We won't do that.
We have a blog, but I'm not going to write anything. I'm just going to tell you what happened today and what's going to happen tomorrow, because I'm just not into it anymore. But I paid for the website. It's going to, I think
Stay strong, Mike.
I think I'm going to not renew it.
Stay daily, Mike.
So if you want to start a podcast called Mike's Daily Podcast, soon mikesdailypodcast.com, where it's going to become available for you to take it.
It's fine. You can do it. We won't mind. It'll just get massively popular.
Yeah! It will become so popular because he's going to have a great show, that Mike.
This isn't a curse name or anything.
It's going to be Michael Douglas that's going to take the show. He's going to be, hi, I'm Michael Douglas, and I'm the guy from Ant-Man. Listen.
Welcome to Mike's Daily Podcast. Here we are at Barista Anywho.
Instead of cafe anyway. Barista Anywho. My show's so popular now. All right. Thanks for being on the show today.
Yeah, this was a surprise.
Did you like that I suddenly changed the format around and had you in from the beginning?
And sound effects happened?
Yeah.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Oh, the podcast picture today is of the thing we were talking about earlier. Weren't you listening?
It's a cat and also a dog.
At the vet's. Yeah, awesome.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!